Did DaVinci show us Yaldabaoth? I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. DaVinci shows us Yaldabaoth in The Last Supper. Now, I'm nobody's art critic, but I did take 2 years of art history when I was in college. Not at Bible college, but at regular secular college. And there's that. So that's the end of my qualifications for being an art critic. But rushing in where angels fear to tread, we're going to go ahead and do some art criticism anyway. How about that? How about that? And I want to look at The Last Supper, and I want to look at it in a mirrored version, as has become the vogue in some new schools of art criticism and art appreciation. We may look at some of Da Vinci's other religious paintings as well, but now let's look at Da Vinci, The Last Supper, and ask the question. It seems like a ridiculous question. It seems like a crazy question. But did Da Vinci show us Yaldabaoth? And did he show us Yaldabaoth in The Last Supper? Let's take a look. I welcome your feedback. Red Rue, I believe, sent me something that started me down this rabbit trail. And here we are. So let's take a look. This is the mirrored version of The Last Supper, and this is a close-up that we'll take a look at a little bit later. But this is the Last Supper itself, and it's actually painted on a wall, though it's not a fresco, inside a convent. So it's very, very big. It's like 15 by 30, I believe, feet. So it's a huge painting. And they say that there's really no original Da Vinci brushstrokes left because it was so degraded. It's actually been parts of it removed in renovation, as hard as that is to believe. But it's a very unique work. And I always was struck by the fact it had kind of a flat look to me. I mean, this is Da Vinci, one of the great masters, and it just had, dare I say, like a paint-by-number look? I guess I can say that it's probably almost it's not really an illustrative technique, and of course we have no idea what it really looked like at the beginning. But as it stands now, or at least as it stands here, it always looked a little flat to me. It always looked a little illustrative technique-ish to me, and now that I look at it, it makes me wonder, is there something more that we're supposed to see? And was he using what I see as a rather stilted style to show us something? And the folks that have started the idea of mirroring paintings may have stumbled across something that Da Vinci was trying to show us, because you'll see when this is mirrored and we take a look at it in detail, there's things that pop out that just could not possibly be random. I don't think they could be randomly generated. I think Da Vinci knew what he was doing, and it may explain what appears to me is a rather odd look to the painting itself in its original state. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to see if Da Vinci showed us Yaldabaoth. That's my theory. So let's see how this goes. And I will say that this is a theory. I will say that, yes, I think it's true. I think he did. I think he showed us Yaldabaoth. And I get the sneaky suspicion that when I look at some of his other religious paintings in the same way, we may see even more of it. But I think Da Vinci may well have showed us Yaldabaoth. So let's take a look at the mirrored version. Here's the mirrored version of the painting. And going to go ahead, and I know you're sad, but I'm not going to be in the picture here this time. And we're just taking a look at it. And as you look at it, to me, it just has a dark feeling to it. And it has a much more rich, let's start off saying it has a much richer and fuller feeling to me than the original version. And there's some things that are striking in it, at least to me. And we'll save the central figure for last, and let's kind of move left to right, if we will, from my left to my right, and just kind of take a look at what we see in this painting. Don't see anything of particular jumping out at me. I'm just looking at the tablecloth. I don't see anything particular jumping out of the tablecloth. If you do, feel free to contact me. Let me know that, oh, Jeff, that looks, like this, or that looks like that. And so let's go back all the way left again and start seeing what we see. I mean, to me, this is a very ogreish looking kind of a head thing right here. Mouth, nose, eyes, cheekbone, big head, hunchback, kind of ogreish looking, skeletal looking hand. Another kind of like the guy from Saw looking thing, eye. Kind of a mask, kind of a theater maybe. What's this back here? Kind of a mousy looking thing, or is it just a skull with the mouth and the nose and the eyes? Eerie looking stuff. And let's continue to go up here. And just look for things that jump out at us. Here's a face of like a Nosferatu or something, longish nose, eyes, ears. Just a ghoulish kind of an appearance. A dark appearance to me. Just kind of surveying through, seeing what we see. Here's sort of an inverted head upside down, right? Or is it a mushroom? Is that an inverted mushroom? Is that an inverted head with the neck chopped, and here's the face, and here's the hair? An allusion to John the Baptist, perhaps? More skeletal hands. As we come back down, legs, arms kind of jump out at me. A couple of ghoulish faces here, kind of like ghoulish theater masks. Kind of a black death's head right here, black with white. Kind of a death's head in reverse. More skeletal, kind of ghoulish, kind of hands. And this whole thing right here, kind of a big head with empty eyes, open mouth, kind of a weirdish thing. So another two kind of those matching theater death heads. And if you look at this, it looks like it's just a collection of skulls. It's almost like a catacomb. There's just skulls everywhere. And I think he's going somewhere with this. Again, you could make this out as just skulls everywhere in here. Here's a head laid on its side, eyes looking downward. Look at this creepy lady right here. They're looking at you. She almost looks Mona Lisa-esque. Here's her hand right here. She's kind of dressed like Mona Lisa, hair sort of like Mona Lisa. Look at the eye, the nose, and she's like, that's a little bit haunting when you look at it, to me. Wow. I hadn't noticed that until just right now. More skulls up here. It's just a very haunting picture. And this is supposed to be the Last Supper, right? And again, this is reminiscent of that thing that Rex and I were looking at yesterday in the Vatican's new Assembly Hall. And I think it's going to be much, and see if you, as you zoom in, and won't let me zoom in much more, but look at all the skulls in there. It's like a place of death. And is that a mushroom in the background there? Whoop. This almost looks phallic. And look at this face. Very eerie-ish. But we're not going to talk about, and look at this right down here. Look at that little ghoulish face. And that ghoulish face. It's a collection of ghouls. It's a gathering of ghouls. Oh boy, there's something big there that we're going to talk about in a minute. I just want to go through and see what else we see up here, if anything. Just more ghouls, a gathering of ghouls again. And I know I'm jumping around, and I know everybody wants me to get to the central Jesus figure, but we will. We will. And again, you just see more skulls in here. It just seems like it's like a catacomb. It's like a place of the dead. This looks like a book. Is this the Book of Life? Book of Life? More skeletal kind of hands here. That's like a classic Satan head right here. You see the beard, eyes, nose. Kind of looks like Grandpa from the Munsters. Was DaVinci predicting the Munsters? This, you know, look at this ear, this eye, this exaggerated mouth with the great big huge teeth. Look at this ghoulish head, eye, nose, creepy kind of Joker smile, weird chin. Look at this guy in the background. Kind of like a zombie goblin looking at us with one eye. Here's another one over here, his two little eyes, his mouth, his big misshapen head. Look at this guy right here creeping us with the mouth, the eyes, the head, the horns, and he's reaching out. That's like a classic demon-looking kind of thing. Here's another death head. There's death heads everywhere. Look at this kind of, look, horns, little beady eyes, elongated face. Look at this. Oh, that one creeps me out. Just death, captivity, horror, bondage. Look at this guy, eyes, nose, mouth, smiling kind of ghoulishly, almost like pig ears. Check out that face. Is that the face you'd like to meet in the dark? So a lot of weird stuff. But as we look at this central figure here, some things immediately jump out to me. And just take a look and just kind of take it all in for a second. And as we zoom in on this figure, a couple things emerge to me. Look at these ears, this face, this mouth, this nose, these eyes, and the big horns. Kind of coming down with the arms out. That's very Baphomet-y to me. Or is it two eyes, pointed face, snake, spewing out venom? Or is it both? And this is coming out of the Jesus figure. Take a look back again. You see the ears or horns here, the horns here, the eyes. It's like the head's right here, and the head is right there. Eyes, nose, mouth. neck, collar, arms, hands? Or is it, look at this, the big snake eyes? If you get in closer, you can actually see eyes, right? Snake eyes, pointed head, mouth open, like a forked tongue, two tongues coming out, spewing venom out. Wow. And this coming out of the quote-unquote Christ figure. Look at that. Here's like a lamb that's scared to death. And then as you look at this whole Christ figure, and I'm not a magic mushroom guy. I'm not, and I don't do them. Here's another phallic symbol. I don't do them. You know, I don't think you need to do them. I think people use it as a shortcut, but look at this stem right here. And look at this mushroom cap. Yep. And let's look at this face here. It looks to me, it strikes me as a morphing between a reptilian, slitty eyes, kind of reptilian forehead, pointy face, and a human representation. This kind of giving the impression that it's morphing back and forth. Horns or possibly even a crown. And I think I saw, look at this, another mushroom. And look at this, an owl. Two eyes, beak, owl horns. We don't have to go into what the owl means. The owl, the mushroom. Look at this face here too. Eyes, mouth, chin, hair. But I'm sorry, we're supposed to be staying on the Christ now. So here's plastic Jesus with a demon in his heart. There's a sacred heart for you. With a snake in his heart spewing out venom. There's a sacred heart for you. Is DaVinci telling us, look, this Jesus figure that you're all excited about, demon in his heart, Baphomet in his heart, demon snake in his heart, spewing out venom, reptilian, look at this reptilian head. You see the reptilian head? Almost maybe you could say it has big eyes like a grave. You could say it's just recessed, and here's the eyes. Here's the bottom part of the mouth. Here's the mouth. And out of its nose, oh, you know what that is? Holy crap, that's a dragon, folks. That's a damn dragon. Look at this. Here's the fire coming out of its nose. Here's the bottom of its face and that little thing they all have hanging off. Here's its, you know, the kind of, look at that. That's a dragon. And here's the dragon eyes. Here's the dragon horns. Or here's the big ear things on a dragon. That is a damn dragon. Jesus is the dragon. Jesus is the demon in the heart. Jesus is the reptile, snake in the heart. Jesus is the dragon. This is telling us that the dragon is going to impersonate. This is a cardboard cutout. And if then you got the whole mushroom imagery in it. Does that mean that the psychedelics are going to contribute to you seeing this stuff that is erroneous? Or does that mean take it and you'll see more? I don't know. I don't take it. I think it's a shortcut at this point. And I don't think I need a shortcut. But tell me those aren't mushrooms right there. Tell me that's not a stem and a big mushroom. Or Well, we'll get up to that in just a second. But this dude is not a good dude. DaVinci is saying, you guys need to check this out because something's wrong. And are those bony hands reaching up from behind? And watch what's overseeing this whole thing. You see the hands? You see the arms? You see the torso? You see the face? Here's the chin. Here's the mouth. Here's the cheekbones. Here's the big eyes. And here's the big elongated head, like a Darth Vader helmet with a little too much on the top. You see that? Boop. Boop. Overseeing the whole thing. So my only question is this up here Yaldabaoth? I'm drawing the outline of his head because he's an archon, right? Eyes, nose, mouth, chin, shoulders, arms, torso. He's overlooking the whole thing. Is that Yaldabaoth? Fighting, unsuccessfully fighting off a sneeze. Pardon me. Or is this Yaldabaoth? My feeling is, oh, and you know what? Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Yaldabaoth is morphing into the Christ. Yaldabaoth, creepy Yaldabaoth dude, is morphing down into Christ dude. And it's putting devil, snake, dragon, fire-breathing dragon in the heart, in the essence of the Christ figure. Wow. And I don't see this as being random. I don't see it as being random. We got one more picture that I don't know if it's worth looking at, but let's look at it. Kind of a close-up of the Christ guy. And I mean, again, look at the mushroom. Look at those reptilian eyes. Look at that reptilian-y, pointed, facey kind of thing, morphing into kind of a mouthy thing with a beardy thing, with another snaky face on his chin. He's like a double, triple snake. He's like a double, triple snake. And look at how subtle DaVinci is. This is what convinces me that this is not random. Look at this perfect chalice right here. See, I'm drawing the outline of the chalice. It's a perfect chalice. A perfect chalice. Like a candlestick to drink out. Maybe it's a candlestick. No, it's a chalice. You see it there? If I back off, you can see it even better. See? There's the part you drink out of. Here's where they hold it, and here's where it sits. A chalice. So he's kind of showing us, don't buy the whole chalice things either. It's a distraction. It's a diversion. Let's do something just for fun. Rotate this on its side. What do we see? Yeah, nothing jumps out to me. Does anything jump out to you? This is like a pig. No, it's not. It's a big snake. It's a snake head. Look at that. Here's another snake head. Very point blank a snakehead with wings like a flying snake. Look at this menacing death head here. Oh, look at this, guys. Holy crap, this is big right here. Check this out. Check this out. Eye. Forehead. Ears. Coming down into like a Tyrannosaurus dragon face again. It's a dragon again. Look at that. It's a dragon. He looks like, when he's right side up, oh, he's the Christ. He's a nice guy. But who is he really? He's the dragon. And look at his teeth even. Look at those menacing beady eyes. This is Yaldabaoth showing that he's going to inhabit the Christ, just like I've been telling you. Oh, here's something else. Look at this. I don't think we can unrotate, so let's go back around this way. Look at this head of a, and then here's the arms, the chest. It's a Baphomet, isn't it? Here's the boobs. I was looking for a Baphomet in here. Here's the boobs. Here's the body with the schlong. Here's the head with the horns. Look at that, the big ass horns. Sorry, big old horns. It's a Baphomet. It's a Baphomet dragon. Wow. You tell me you can't see that dragon. That dragon's looking right at you saying, ah, you weren't supposed to find me. Wow. And these are like some, I know what that is. That's his claws. This is kind of his whole, maybe this is his body and that's his claws. I don't know, man, but that's a damn dragon. Without a doubt. It's a dragon. So it was worth looking at this picture. And look at this right here, the little king maybe. Wow, that's very interesting. That is very interesting. Has DaVinci shown us Yaldabaoth? That's some pretty convincing stuff. I don't see it being random. I don't see it being just happens to, man, you can see that guy hovering above right there, coming down into the Christ figure that I've told you is nothing but a holding place for the rat bastard, Yaldabaoth. Now that is some interesting stuff. That is some interesting stuff. Did DaVinci show us Yaldabaoth? What say you? I say creepy. I say DaVinci showing us stuff. DaVinci dropping some knowledge on us. I say pretty interesting. I say wake up, wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Smell the coffee. Get ready, because Yaldabaoth is going to be inhabiting that Christ, and he's going to try to pull off a false flag. Unless I can be successful and we can be successful together, stay off the magic mushrooms and keep the dragon snake. How does this look? Can we see the dragon just from here? Oh, dudes, look at that. Look at that. Look at the dragon, the eyes. The whole face right here, the whole dragon face. Dude, that's a freaking dragon. And look at this from this angle. We kind of have like a Christ figure in here, like a classic Catholic Christ figure. And then here's our Baphomet up here with the boobs and the big horns. Wow. Wow. This almost looks like a gray alien with its arms reached out, gonna grab us all dressed in blue. Coming again out of the Christ. The UFO ET alien agenda. The Christ being a figurehead, a placeholder for Yaldabaoth. So much of what I've been trying to tell you is all right here. DaVinci was trying to tell us something. I'm trying to tell you something. Maybe it's time for you to unwind your mind. Maybe it's time for you to unindoctrinate yourself. Maybe it's time for you to guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, be your own guru. Maybe it's time to consider that DaVinci might have just shown us Yaldabaoth and his possession of the Christ. Pardon, not the Christ, the plastic Jesus. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. Nap time is coming up. Sorry if I was a little bit slow or a little bit punchy, but I had to get this done. It was burning in my bosom. And this was good stuff. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for all of you that have helped us go over 5,500 subscribers, and we're just on a roll. I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate each and every one of you. I still read every comment. I still respond personally to every email. DaVinci shows us Yaldabaoth. Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. Be excellent to yourself so we can all be excellent to each other.